They go for 1-0 defeat against Ebbsfleet. What did you make of tonight?
Fine margins. It's about both boxes in terms of our intentions, how we wanted to nullify their strengths, and then restarts. We have to defend it better, and we know that the players know that, and that's the difference.
Yeah, it's what I think it's probably the one lapse of concentration really in a game that's had very few chances in, but let's say it's just like those fine margins that are costing us at the moment.
Yeah, and that's football. We've got to get that right. Local derbies, you got to try and keep a clean sheet. And if you can't create, we haven't created enough to win the game today. However, could we make sure we go home with a point? That's not to be. We need to get back to basics. We need to make sure we start doing the right things in both boxes, making sure we're psychologically ready in terms of our concentration levels and be on the front foot and win first contacts and win second contacts.
Is it maybe the biggest disappointment that the players maybe went a little bit braver in that final third to try and test the goalkeeper a little bit, because it seemed to be quite going outwards and coming back in and being cleared away? It seemed a bit, let's say, predictable at times, would you say? Yeah,
you can say that. We have to make sure we look at the balance again, the dynamics in terms of how we penetrating, how we trying to create chances to score goals, are we making the right movements at times in terms of the crosses came, but we didn't quite make the right runs. And these are the things we need to address in the environment. We was doing this 3 games ago, but we've gone away from it, and we have to reinforce these principles back to the players. And my job is to make sure I keep, drumming into the players on how the goals we scored in the other games that we played. However, we need to be disappointed. Again, our fans came out in their numbers to support. We've not given them anything to cheer on today. So we have to pick ourselves up. This is when the psychological side, we can't be upbeat. Yes, I know it's 2 defeats in as many days. However, we need to dust ourselves up, and we need to ensure that we get back to work.
I mean, the biggest thing obviously about tonight was probably just getting a reaction, obviously, the way we lost the game on Saturday. Do you feel like you got that tonight?
We've lost again, and that's hard to take. However, I can't fault the players' commitment, their efforts today. It was there to see. TJ managing a big knock on the knee, and it's just soldiered on. And this perhaps is gone away for a stitch at the moment. So I can't fault the commitment of my team. I'll never do that. However, we got to look at the manner in how we consider that 1 goal today.
Exactly, like I say, it's just a case of just getting back to the drawing board. Like I say, it's not been a great week, but taken away from what was a great month, in October. Obviously, you'd be looking to get back to winning ways, obviously, against Chippenham side that have had a bit of a tough start to the season.
Yeah, we got to make sure now. It's important that we don't be looking back. We've played those games in October. October is gone. We started November, and we've not managed to pick up a point from 6, and we need a reaction. And our job now is to make sure we look at those that have knocks, and then we try and patch them up, and then we look into the squad to try and see if we can utilize the squad as best as I can. That's my job. In terms of the numbers, I'm not blessed with it right now because of the injuries we've got. However, it is what it is. I'm not making any excuses. The ones that haven't had a lot of minutes, they should be ready.
Yeah, well, thanks for your time, Gaffer. We'll catch you again during the week.